All right. We are playing Diablo 4 today. This is my first Diablo game I have ever played legitimately. Legitimately. And I'm going to be talking with my friend Jesh while playing. So, make a new class? What? Why? Why would I do that? I'm not creating a new class. It's taken me quite a few hours of my time to get to this far with this character. I skipped all of these conversations, so if you want to see these conversations, you can buy the game.
So I shall be brief. I believe the demon we thought we
Of course, no
slew
problem.
in the sewers was able to escape death by using me as its next host.
Lol.
Please, come to me.
You should set it
TheRat
that
server if
you don't.
can.
You just log in
You're the only
every
one I can
time.
trust to help.
Remember your
My
login or
life
something.
is in your hands.
You there? Yes.
Viewer discretion is advised. Yes, I'm playing Necromancer. And my character's name is Lilith, which is funny. This is the first hub area that you get to.
Keep walking before I... Oh, it's you. Thank goodness.
Map of the world. Huge. It is really huge. I try to do a lot of these side quests whenever I can, because it's like super easy, you know? Super simple. Mitchell? Oh, is this Abby? Is this Abby? Ms. Mitchell Abby? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, okay. Hey Abby. Hey Absters. This is early access if you purchase the deluxe or the ultimate edition of this game. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's like an early release. Um, and this is my first time playing Diablo. I played a little bit of Diablo 3, but I wasn't into it. And I think I like this more on like PC with the mouse. I was actually struggling with that, Josh. I was struggling with
Who
the
are you to demand such a thing?
with trying to figure out, do I want to play with a controller or do I want to play with mouse? Because all this was foreign to me. Yeah, it's all this is fresh. Maybe. How much did I pay for this? You see, I had to sever my arm. I had to sever my legs. That was the cost. That was the price. Hey, Casey. Yes, I did. You see what Casey wrote, Josh? I think Casey is like, yeah, like I don't think he likes Blizzard. I mean, it's the same people that scrapped the PvE of Overwatch, so it's kind of like, I did go on a rant about that. I don't play Overwatch, no. Well, Casey, you know, it's funny. I never played... Well, here's two things about why I bought this game. First off, I had never played a Diablo game before, but I've always wanted to. So that's A. B, I love the character Lilith, both in mythology and in religion. And when I found out she was kind of like the main character, I kind of wanted to figure out how they were going to write her. So those are two reasons why I bought this game. Yeah, Mitchell, or Abby, I had to. Sorry. Yeah, Abby, I had to donate a bunch of my limbs to get this. To be honest, I wish I didn't buy fucking... Oh shit. Outlast. That was... In terms of what do I regret? I regret buying that. You played Diablo 2? Casey? I heard a lot of good things about the first few Diablo games. That's actually why I fucking bought this. Because everybody, like even in my old friend group, they liked Diablo. But I hated playing with them because they were just... They wouldn't start new characters to play with me, they would just... You know... Be OP in my world, or whatever. I wanted to play a Diablo game where I was like... I got to genuinely play it. You played Diablo 2, Abby? Diablo 2 too? Yeah, you know, honestly, like this game's pretty good at the end of the day. Like I have no complaints about this game. I think it's a pretty good game. I can't compare it to the others, but
Now, take a piece of the burning wood from this holy pyre and place it in the blood. And do stand back.
I'm sorry you watched 5 ads in a row, Abby. Jesus fucking Christ. Josh, did you see five ads? Josh.
Excellent.
Josh is dead.
The Reverend Mother was wise to choose you for the chalice.
KC, why is it not good to you? That was something I think.
Do give her my most
I'm curious about, definitely.
regards.
Yeah. Abby, I didn't like the new Outlast game. I played it last stream. And you might, if you watch the last stream, you'll see why I don't like it. But basically, the short and sweet of it is that it's just super fucking tedious. A super fucking tedious game. Yeah, I would love to know what isn't good about this game. What do we not like about this? Because I don't know anything about the first 3 Diablos. Like I said, this is my first one. I like it so far. I think it's not like revolutionary, but it's for my first time playing this, I'm having fun with it. Oh, so you don't like the way the loot system works, Casey? Like this legendary is gonna be outclassed eventually? Is that what you're upset with? Like it's a 332 item, but eventually I'll find like a 400 maybe item. Honestly, what Josh? Orange is legendary, yellow is rare, blue is I don't know what you call it, blue like uncommon, and then you got the whites, which are the commons. Okay, so Casey says that you don't feel the upgrade. Like if you found 5 legendaries, it wouldn't change the game because the difficulty scales with you, I guess. You never feel OP. The game scales with you, so you never feel OP. But Josh, isn't that kind of like what Borderlands is? Where like you'll find a legendary, but it's like don't get comfortable with it because it's gonna be obsolete soon anyway, right? So like I have experience with that. With it's kind of like forced obsolescence. Obsolescence is how you say it. Where it's like they're kind of forcing you to just get rid of legendaries or whatever.
Oh, thank the light you're back. The sister has taken right after you left. The sister.
Like I don't think that's too big of a deal. A player market. If there is a player market, I haven't gone to it yet, Josh. My first experience that made me feel like a Diablo game was when I was 7. I found a scroll that used no mana to cast a very powerful AoE spell that did enough damage to basically kill any skeleton. Only lasted enough to finish most of the first basement of a church. That being said, what you're saying is very correct. The game doesn't ever let you be too strong for too long. Yeah, it's like Borderlands. With what I guess KC is referring to in terms of like your weapons become obsolete. And it's like
Father and
I don't know.
as I shed
That's not to me, it's like I don't really
let
care
it be purified in
about
thy name.
that. Because I'm used to it, I
Let the
guess. I've been
light fill the
conditioned to be okay
darkness
with that.
within all of us.
To be honest, I feel pretty OP.
Let the light
I'm playing on the second world tier, by the way,
hiding
Josh.
within this woman. Father, force this demon out.
I knew it.
You can start off on hardcore if you want, which will kill your... If your character dies for good. Permadeath, yeah, you can start with that. There was a meme where new players would start with that, and they're like freaking out. Yes, that's bad game design. You want to have breakpoints and itemization. What's the point of gearing up if you never feel OP? Well, in my response to that, Casey, because I've played so much Borderlands,
Light.
is you get to max level, and then that's when the game actually starts. Like when it comes to gearing up. Like you remember that, right, Josh? Like the whole point is to just get to max level first. And then all the gear you find will actually be like, okay, now I'm building a kit, and now I'm like actually, you know, putting a build together. This guy just got fucked. That was funny.
Sister, please.
Please wake up.
It's too bloody cold, Thalia.
So I mean, I'm not too. I don't think I don't think that's like a valid.
You did well. The demon is
Like
truly
it's
banished.
valid, right? It's
I'm
valid. But what I
impressed
mean
you
is
were
like
able
it's
to
not.
copy the
I wouldn't
rituals to
consider
a
that
book.
bad game
It
design.
took me ages to master.
It's like a
Sister
it's like a
Octavia,
it's like a
you
philosophy
are all
almost.
right.
It's like a.
But
I mean, I don't know how the other Diablos were. The other Diablos like that? I
engaged
don't
in
think this game has a
blasphemy
new
of
game
the
plus,
highest
Josh.
sort, lying,
It
stealing
has
holy-
My friend, give me just a moment and I will meet you outside.
well, it
You
has
deserve
a
proper
whatever this
thanks.
is, a Paragon
And
level
thank
50.
you,
I feel like that's like a
TheRat.
prestige or
I
something.
know it wasn't easy for faithful folk to
So
do.
there's
Sister.
and there's dungeons. Well, here's the thing. I feel like I have only scratched the surface of this game when it comes to the content. So I don't know if there's like I haven't even joined a clan. I've been trying to join a clan. Nobody's allowing me in. So I'm like trying to figure it all out. Where is like the extended? Because I don't even think there's a season pass for this game. I don't even think it's out yet. It's all cosmetics, Josh. It's just cosmetics. During a Borderlands, is that BLS 3 Borderlands 3 boss event? My friend took me to every boss in New Games Plus to get a New Games Plus variant of their Diablo equivalent. Yeah, because they had Borderlands 3 has the Mayhem modes, and then they have True Vault Hunter mode, which was kind of like the New Game Plus. You have to play the game over again. True Vault Hunter mode, you'll get better items. And then Mayhem, you up the difficulty, also better items. Sure. But what are doing at max level in Diablo 2? You had to build a few different heroes because no hero could do everything. Oh, so you could in Diablo 2 you could swap heroes, like you don't have to start a new game. That's pretty cool. A lot more game-breaking random stats than Diablo 3 at least. The named items from those bosses, those are orange items. Right, but are you talking when you said during a BLS 3? Is that Borderlands 3? That's what I would, yeah, right, Josh? That's what I would think. Because I remember some of the, okay, yeah, he means Borderlands 3, okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. About the orange items, the legendaries.
Yes.
Yes. So that's that. Oh, it's fine, Abby. Uh, no big deal. Well, that's what I'm doing, Josh. I'm just playing. You know, I appreciate that. I appreciate that you. I appreciate. I appreciate that your hot take is so. It's steaming hot, really. But I'm opening the discourse of dialogue to my chat, especially KC, who, you know, Josh, you don't know KC, but he was in Diablotical community. He did a lot of models. He made a lot of custom models. I always love to hear what he has to say. He's got some good takes. In Diablo 2, most people start with Sorcerer to speedrun bosses, to farm items, in which you would trade to build to Ubers. In Diablo, the orange items are essentially the legendary items that were from bosses in Borderlands 3. Yeah, they will always be the same, but they can roll better item stats, random item stats, multi-crit, zoom level, best random stats. Yeah, there's gonna be meta, right? KC, that's Diablo 2 sounds cool. But it also sounds complicated. Like, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like a casual who plays wouldn't understand that, you know? they wouldn't understand that. Oh, I need to. It's kind of like COD Zombies, where like the first thing you need to do is like farm points. You need to do all this, get to certain spots, complete the quest, and all that. It's like you gotta have a very fundamental understanding to do all that. And I feel like if this game were to be compared to COD Zombies, this might be the Cold War zombies of like the equivalent. Maybe super casualized. But I don't know. Since, you know, I don't know much about it. I definitely think it sounds cool though, like I love the idea that you can have multiple characters and you don't have to reset your campaign, but I don't even know if that's what you can do here. I should figure that out. Maybe next time I play this I'll put in a new character and just see what happens. Oh, zoom level from Borderlands 3. Yeah, so far this game feels really easy. Because I'm in second world tier. I did first world tier, I was nervous. I was like, I might die, so I'll do first world tier. Then I went to second world tier. They scale, just like Casey was mentioning. The whole game is about scaling. That was like his pet peeve about this game. With the items, especially. Maybe is that what you meant, Casey? Like in the original Diablo games, could you not go to certain areas because it's like enemies you can't really face them? So you have to stay within like a certain whatever.
Is someone there?
Because then it would make sense. It's like they don't want you going all over the place. I mean, because look at this. They gave me, what is it?
Cold.
When I go to quests, how do I look at my fucking quests?
Was supposed to walk me
Here we go.
home.
They give me, look at Act 2, Act 3. They give me basically all the acts. And I could technically go play Act 3 if I wanted to, like instantly. I know I'm dying. I don't think I'll die though. This character, Josh, is fucking kind of ridiculously strong. This build I have. Oh yeah, Casey. That makes sense actually. Well, I mean, it's a good question. Which would I prefer, like this or Abby, I can't do max world tier. You have to beat the game first. I would actually, I wouldn't mind trying it, but that's a good question, Josh. Well, doesn't Borderlands do that, where you can't go in certain areas because they're They overlevel you? Well, I mean, I like the idea of you can't go here until you're kind of leveled. But I can't say, like, oh, this one's better than the other, because it's like, it depends on how they decide to handle. Oh yeah, Borderlands 3, you could start a certain level. Well, if you start a new character. Well, let me collect all this gold real quick, and I'll look back at the chat. But yeah, I think it depends, like how they, because like I said, it's a game philosophy, or it's a philosophy kind of thing. Like if you're gonna do this, the whole scaling, like the game scales with you over time, then it depends on how they execute it. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do it. I think there's... I should rephrase that. It's not that there is a right and a wrong way to do it, right? But neither are like, this is how you should do it. That's what I meant to say. Do I like farming these crowds of mobs? Not really. I kind of just want to skip them. But I know, like, this is kind of like... It's like part of the game, right? I mean, if I played Borderlands, I would have to fight a bunch of enemies that I really don't want to fight just to kind of get through the area. My biggest problem about Diablo 4 is the gameplay loop, though. You could swap out melee animations and the gameplay is still the same. So does it really get that deep in the other Diablos? Like, the animations, like, you know what I mean? Does it really get that deep? If you like what you see, feel, that's the game. I mean, I love Borderlands and co-op. I always felt like I was using all my health potions and mana potions. Well, like, my perspective on Borderlands, that's a whole other story. Like, I think Borderlands, they executed the concept well. Borderlands 3, especially, I think, is one of the better Borderlands. But the hardest part about Borderlands is your whole goal is to reach max level, and then the game begins, because now you're farming for weapons, and you're trying to figure out a build that works with your character. Fuck, I went too high. And it's like, the process of getting to that higher level is just you learning what your character can do. And then once you reach higher level, respecting your build so that you can actually build into something that's useful and cohesive. hold on, I just realized my screen. My screen is covering the map. Let me move that over. What'd you say, Josh? Would I want Blizzard to release new skills? Oh yeah, for Borderlands 3. I did that. Well, I mean, I feel like it's just not the same thing in this game. Like, look, there's no, how do I pull it up? Um, there's so many fucking keys. Like, this is the skill tree. There's only one tree, so there's not like skill trees that like it wouldn't make sense. I mean, I haven't checked out the Paragon level 50 thing. Maybe that's something they can add to. But honestly, this game, like compared to Borderlands, this game is way more like in terms of the abilities and all this extra shit you can do and have. It's a lot more fleshed out than like a Borderlands game. In Borderlands, you know, on launch you get what you know, your 3 skills, all the weapons. But it's like with I haven't there's tons of shit about this game that I still don't know about. But it's kind of like Borderlands where you pick up a weapon or an item and it you know, you could get a skill from the weapon. Like you remember that where what was it? There was a whole slot for that where you could pick up um not the anointments, but like it adds to your skill tree. Like you get a +3 on a skill in your skill tree. Casey calls this the skill twig. Yeah, class mods. Thank you, Josh. Class mods. Every Diablo 2 class played very different from each other. The game basically plays the same between every melee hero. So you're saying, oh, this game basically plays the same between every melee hero. Yeah, I haven't played any of the melee guys. Well, now that I know that I can create a class and start from where I am in the game, that actually makes it better for me. Abby says the skill tree looks like Path of Exile. I forget the name. It's like a max level tree. Wow, that looks cool compared to Path of Exile tree. Ascendant tree, that's it. He's saying it looked like the Ascendant tree, I think. It looks like there's an Ascendant tree in every root node location. Here's the thing. If this is small to KC, he calls this the skill twig. If this is small to KC, then I can only imagine how fucking huge the other Diablo game skill trees. Josh, you played some of them, right? Are they... Okay, but you played Path of Exile, and you said it was fucking huge. Okay. You see, I played... What was it? I played Warhammer. Total War Warhammer. And there was like a huge fucking skill tree, and it was kind of overwhelming. Like, there's just so much fucking shit. To me, this is... I'm gonna come from this as the casual. I'm the casual. To me, this is perfect. This is enough. I don't need any more than this. I don't want any more than this. Because I don't want to have to manage too much shit. You know? Because I don't even use half of this shit. Like, this Reap I don't use. Decompose I don't use. I don't like it. Bone Splinters I don't use. I don't like it. I like this. So I'm just kind of pathing into that. Same over here. Blight. It's all I really want to use. You know? These other ones are... They're 1 in 5 because I have items that give me the 1 in 5. But I haven't actually slotted anything into them. You know, so to me... Casual, filthy casual, dirty casual. This is perfect. This is enough. I don't want any more. I don't need any more. Hey, I got a new goal. absorbs 50% of the damage you would take. Your blood golem gains 25% damage reduction, 50% increased damage. The Path of Exile tree only gets bigger? Jesus Christ. The Ascendant trees were easier than the weapon trees. They have weapon trees? That's too much! What the fuck? Now that's a tree. That's a tree, because a tree has, like, tons of branches, right? Oh my god. That's too many fucking trees. I mean, listen, to each their own, right? You want to go play a game with shit like that, go play it, right? You got that game. You like, those games exist. But if this game had all that shit, I probably wouldn't be playing it. Yeah, so the gameplay at its core was still good, despite all the overwhelming, like, extra shit. Okay. See, like, maybe I should go back and play some of the old Diablos. Just to, like, appreciate what Casey's talking about. Yeah, maybe I'll pick up Path of Exile to give it a try. Yeah, but it's not crossplay, is it? Yeah, why don't you Google that for me right now? Weapon trees harder than Ascendant trees. There's one route to the Path of Exile tree, and it's your starting class. But in this, clearly every few levels you have access to a route that unlocks a bunch of branches. There's one route, your starting class, and when you reach a certain level, you get the option of unlocking the Ascendant tree and Weapon tree. I'm not saying the game needs all that, I'm just... So that was Abby talking about Path of Exile. KC says, I'm not saying a game needs all that, I'm just saying Diablo 4 could do better than L-click until you have, or left click until you have enough mana for right click. That's true. And then Abby continues, and those trees have special skill points you unlock by defeating specific bosses. That's cool. And KC,
Hello.
I guess it could do better. It should do better if previous games... Since previous games had all that. It doesn't have crossplay. Well, there you go, Josh. That's why we don't play it. we don't play games without fucking crossplay. Diablo 4 has crossplay, so I'm playing Diablo 4. No, but I think that, you know, if they did it in previous games, they should probably continue. But let's see, though. Like, I mean, we're obviously not going to see it this stream. But, you know, I want to get to the point where I see the Paragon stuff. What if in the Paragon they do that, where they have a bunch of shit you can do? And, like, a casual player playing this, they go into this, you know, casual player maybe doesn't want to get to level 50, they just kind of want to play. So they get this really simple tree. Here you go, have fun. And then... for the hardcore players, you got to level 50. Here's where shit actually gets real. What do I need to do? What am I doing here? Slay the bishop and take the bishop. Path of Exile 2 might have crossplay. Why don't you look into that? To be honest, you know what I just realized, Josh? This gameplay actually reminds me of that Warhammer game. Now that I think about what Casey said about how you just hold left click until you can press right click, that was pretty much what that Warhammer game was like. Where you drop an ability and then you pretty much just attack enemies until you can drop that ability again. And I got pretty bored of that game. I didn't even finish it. You were right about these games having a post-end game. I played in that Warhammer game. I played um when I played with you, I played because we played on Xbox. I played I played the dwarf. I played I guess it's Berserker. But then when I played by myself, I played as the elf. I used the bow. Um, you were right about these games having a post-end game. Once your character reaches the max level, I think what you want to do will become very clear. Yeah, I agree, Abby. That's kind of that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. It seems like they're taking that kind of Borderlands casual route. Um, if what Casey is saying about the original games is true, then it seems like what they've done is they've severely casualized the game. Yeah, it could be good, could be bad. Obviously, the hardcore players are going to kind of be um, maybe insulted. I was funny. I was watching a stream of Mike Matei. I think it was in that same stream I sent you, Josh. And he went back and he looked at this thing that Nintendo did, where they have like the Nintendo Classic Collection on Switch or something, right? And you know, they have like Ninja Gaiden, Super Mario Bros. 3, and all these classic games that were like if you play them, they get pretty fucking hard, especially Ninja Gaiden. But they also had like this special version of the game. And he was like, "Oh, what's this?" And he goes, and it's basically just like it just takes the player immediately to the end of the game, essentially. And like there's no challenge. Or like when Ninja Gaiden, they take you straight to the last boss and you can just fight the last boss. But the thing is about that game is on that last level, leading up to the last boss, if you die, you have to start that level all over again from the beginning. You don't start at the boss door or whatever, you know? So he was like fucking pissed. So I feel like that's kind of what's going on like in this game, where it's like you've got people who grew up with like the harder version. Fuck. Oh shit. Well, I actually died for the first time. It was the first time I died. Dawn of War. I wasn't talking about Dawn of War. I was talking about a different game. I don't remember what the Warhammer game was called. I feel like it's about time I died. I've been kind of walking through this game. I'm actually kind of happy I died. Wait a minute. Did all the enemies disappear? All the enemies disappeared. What? Wait a minute. I don't think that should happen. All the enemies are gone. Okay, not all the enemies. Here they are. They're still here. Quick, and I'll look at the chat again. This game is actually fun when it gets difficult. It's probably not something you wanna hear said. Abby says it was fun with a friend for like 2 years. Oh, he's talking about the Dawn of War. I actually think I played that game, Dawn of War. I don't know. I can't remember. NES Ninja Gaiden is like untested. That's weird. NES Ninja Gaiden is just fucking hard. It's just really a fucking hard game. I've never played it, but I watched Mike Matei play it, and that shit is no joke. KC, I don't think there will be longevity outside of DLC, but I also think Borderlands sucks, so we'll see how long this lasts. Thing is, Borderlands has a huge following, and like, you know, people like that game. Yeah, but they like the gameplay, and I think people kind of like the story too. So there's layers to what people like about it. Story for me, not a big deal. Although I do talk about the story a lot. Me and Josh, we talk about the story a lot. But it's like, eh. The gameplay is definitely like the star of that game. The spectacle, that's what it is. The spectacle of Borderlands. You know, like all the shit with like this, oh my god, I can't think of the names. What are they called, Josh? The fucking Amara? What is she? A siren, yeah. All the siren stuff. I forgot what they were called, Josh. I totally forgot. Shows you how much of a fan of that game I am. Ava's not that bad, dude. I might have complained about her, but I would complain about the bad writing. Her character. And plus, you need to watch the Borderlands, what is it, behind the scenes or whatever. They actually wrote, and I think people in the community would agree, they wrote her pretty well. They just didn't get the scene in where she had good writing, which is sad. Yeah, you should. Oh, you don't have the director's cut. Never mind. you don't have it. Yeah, they want you to pay to have the scene that makes her a good character. But it's like, seriously, it's I should just stream that for you or something, like just so you can see it, because I mean, I haven't even played director's cut yet on that game. I really wouldn't mind figuring out what the fuck is director's cut, you know. I'm not talking about Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 2. I don't think I own that game. I'm sorry, Abby. You are in a dungeon, like a deep dungeon. Oh yeah. Yeah, I am, aren't I? See, that's what I want to play. I want to play more of these dungeons, because that's where it gets difficult. That's where it gets fun. You like the gameplay of Borderlands 3. I like it too, Abby. I think it's a great game. It's not the perfect game. It's just a great kind of co-op game, you know, to just fucking kill time with some buddies. Feel like you're OP. The thing is about Borderlands is that game makes you feel super fucking strong. I've built stuff in that game where I will clear an entire room of max level, max difficulty enemies and walk away like nothing happened. Like, that's awesome. I think that's great. That's just mindless co-op fun. It's exactly what I love about co-op games. Of course, you have to build up to that or watch a video. What the fuck? These guys respawn? That was one of the things I would do. I would watch a video like, here's what you need to build, here's all the items you need, here are the stats you need to like be even close to this. Snowdrift artifact. Isn't that the slide one? Oh my god, I hate that. I hated that one. So I couldn't find everything. Okay, Borderlands 3's graphics is a fucking problem. I have some mods that get rid of things like, what was it, like motion blur or something? I don't know. I had to download mods for that. Down with Reputation. I have Director's Cut. Dual Com with me. System Shock Remake is a must play for a gaming historian. Casey, you came in last time saying I should play that. And I said, I don't know if you heard me, but I said I'm gonna play the original System Shock first before I get the remake, so that way I can appreciate the remake a bit more. I think it's a remake, Josh. Everyone, ever since it got announced, I've been just seeing remake, and because its graphics are better. But I don't know. You could be right. It could be a continuation of the story. All I think about at work is playing more System Shock, and it's been a long time since I've been infatuated with a game. That's good. Well, I want to play the original. I don't want to play a remaster. Because System Shock, I'm pretty sure that's like a boomer shooter, but like with more complex stuff going on other than just boomer shooter stuff, where it's just pick up gun and shoot. Oh, really? Precursor to Bioshock? Shit, oh, then I should definitely play that, because I loved Bioshock. I should play that on stream. I should play all the Bioshock games, because those are some good games. The Infinite, I didn't really like Infinite, but I loved Bioshock 2, dude. Bioshock 2 is my favorite game. Anyway. Yeah, you just wanted to get the story. That story was fucked. That story. You want to talk about bad stories? That was like COD Zombies level storytelling. It's all a lie. You're in a lighthouse. Okay. Abby pirate. You pirated System Shock. I played the remake in front of a friend who was a big fan of the original, and he kept bouncing over the fact I found the secrets from the original. Okay, so it is a remake. It is a remake. Josh. Casey hated Bioshock, but maybe now I get the shitty gameplay, laugh my ass off. Casey, I'm getting that you are going to hate a lot of the games that I grew up with. I grew up with Bioshock, man. I played Bioshock 2 PvP with Josh. PvP kind of sucked, right, Josh? Would you say? Yeah, that's how you know it's bad PvP though, because it's just meta. It's basically just what is the meta. It's fun when you have friends that aren't doing that. It's like, we're just gonna meta kill everybody. Of course, that wasn't our friend group, was it? That wasn't our friend group at all. We're just like, let's just build meta, get kills. And now we're bored with the game because nobody plays it. Yeah, it's a boomer shooter, a la melee only. The remake feels exactly like the original. Okay. Abby, I'm glad you got it the way you got it. I'm not exactly against that, but handle your business. Just handle your business. It's okay, we all make mistakes. Are you talking about my childhood? My childhood was a mistake. I was into the wrong games growing up. Honestly, probably. I play a lot of games now where I'm like, why didn't I know about this back then? Jesus Christ, this guy is fucking... Oh shit. Jesus Christ. This guy just kicked my ass. System Shock feels like the original Bioshock. You know, the 1-2 punch from Atlas. No, my business doesn't involve the original Bioshock. Atlas is the 1-2 punch, zap and tap. I honestly don't remember a lot about Bioshock. I remember Atlas as a character. I feel like I need to change my build here a little bit or something. Oh, when you get your first wrench and plasmid, he says that. Josh? Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't played that game a long ass time. I honestly don't think I played to the fullest. Like, I don't think I actually played the first Bioshock. Like, you know what I mean? So that would be a good thing to play through. Honestly, now that I've died, I feel like this game is a little too forgiving. Like, Josh can read the chat, Abby, so he read that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to play the first BioShock. So since System Shock came out before. Oh great, who the fuck is this? It's gonna kill all my minions, and now I'm gonna be. Oh my god. Hold on a minute. This is gonna suck. Wait, he's kind of dying. Sobek, that was his name. I didn't even read that. Sobek.
In the year of the light, 1318, Anno Kejistani, we have buried 92 souls on these
Well, I
hallowed
killed him.
grounds.
Anyway, the first guy I faced before him was harder than him. So what the fuck was that?
Bleeding wounds. 4. Child.
Okay, can we not read that? Thank you. Okay, so that's 1. KC makes sense. I played 40 minutes of BioShock and there were electric areas to recharge at. System Shock was long before the first BioShock. Okay. Then I'll have to play them in order. Just to appreciate. Because I like doing that. Like with Doom, I played Doom. And then I played Quake. And I think I played Wolfenstein shortly thereafter. Or I might have played a bit of Wolfenstein when I was younger, but never realized like these are the same guys who did Doom kind of thing. Because I didn't know what Doom was. And I like doing that where it's like, okay, this game like had a very clear evolution, or the developers had a very clear evolution. Yeah, the System Shock remake is. I don't know. Abby just talked about how he got it. Fuck, he left. Alright, whatever. Shit. It's hard to move. I feel like, isn't there a way that I can set it to where I just want to move? I need to figure that out. I have to look at my binds. Hold on, I'll look at the chat in a minute. I'm not ready yet. Is he dead? Oh, he fucking died. Cool. do a bolt gun stream. I do own bolt gum. I do want to play that. You're saying there's 3 system shocks, Josh? Is that what you're saying, Josh? Oh, okay, so they're working on a 3rd. That's cool. That's a really, really new Doom to like. I don't understand what that means, Abby. You talking about Doom Eternal or something? Change your just move bind. You have to unbind the basic melee attack that is by default left mouse. Okay. Let me do that real quick. Yeah, I have bolt gun. I want to play that. I want to play. I was deciding on whether or not to play um tonight Ion Maiden or this. And I chose this because Josh wanted to see some of this. Well, this sucks. How should I do this? Shit, I'm gonna have to completely like think about this. Hold on. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe for my basic. I guess 5. And then this can be that. Move and interact. Okay. There, maybe that'll work. I don't know. This is my other problem with these kind of games is there's too much. There's too much. And I play Quake, right? There's too much going on here. What is this? I have no friends, but this looks fun if you do. Friends versus Friends launch trailer. The art style in this game looks great. It's not on console, huh? That's too bad. It's funny, I have friends, but my friends are on console. Hey Bench. Hey Benchy. Never bind weapon attack. Okay. There was a lot of discussion on forums for WASD inclusion, but they didn't support it. Ultimately, the easy solution in Diablo 4 for smooth movement is gamepad only, essentially. I was talking about that. I was like, do I do gamepad for this, or do I play with the fucking mouse and keyboard? And I definitely, I don't know. I, I guess I should play with the fucking gamepad. You ever want to use your weapon's basic attack in Path of Exile or Diablo 3? Diablo clones? What? What are you talking about, Abby? I agree this game looks freaking great as far as Diablo clones go. You talking about that link the KC sent? That's a first-person shooter. That doesn't look like a Diablo clone to me. You know what? Maybe I'll plug in my controller. Uh, so- you're fine, Abby. You're fine. You're good. Friends versus Friends looks cool. I'd play that. I'd give it a chance at the very least. It's the least I could do. I'd give it a chance. How much does it cost? Does anybody know what the price is on that? Can't be more than 15 bucks. It looks like a $15 game. Friends versus Friends. It's a Steam game that KC just shared the link to. 5 quid, even better. So it's like probably around 5 or 6 bucks. Josh, check out that link that Casey sent. See if you like that game. It's out on Steam only, but maybe they'll do a console port. It looks like it would be fine for that. It's $8.99 Canadian dollars for me. Okay. So maybe it's 10 bucks on Steam. Consoles later this year on their adverts. Okay, cool. So if they do the console thing, maybe crossplay, maybe. All right, we're gonna try this with a controller. I mean, I played this on a controller for a little bit. I wasn't sure. Now I gotta get used to this again. One thing I don't like about playing on controller is the amount of control I have over where I place certain things. Like the curses that I drop in my build. Yeah, I know. I was just wondering if you would. What do you think of it? Jesus fucking Christ! This is pretty fucking hard. Hold on, I'll check the chat in a minute. This is fucking hard. A, because I'm playing on a controller. And B, because it's just fucking hard. Yeah, I don't know if, shit, I can't pause it. I don't know if I like the controller. I do wish they had WASD support or something. The control over the mouse is just better. Okay, I need to unplug this. They're probably going through certification testing at the moment. Yeah, Benchy, I tell my friend Josh about, you know, the cert and all that stuff that you told me with Xbox and PlayStation, just to give him like insight to how it all works. It's like you can't be mad at a lot of these devs for not constantly updating the games on like Xbox and shit, because it's like it's a fucking process, and it's not exactly, you know, the best fucking process. Blind Light wanted to play as well, but he's a tryhard. It's 5 a.m. for me. I'm gonna go down a gummy and melt into my chair. Good night, Casey. Thanks for chatting, man. Enjoy your gummy. You're gonna go down a gummy. Good night, Casey. My honest advice for KBM versus controller gameplay: if you ever feel a need for accuracy, drop the controller in an accessible location. Use KBM until you're finished. One grave. Those are in every RPG. They're the hardest things usually. Um, I mean, yeah, I was thinking, if would it be possible to do like pseudo, where I like I don't think it's possible. Where like I attack or something with the mouse, move with the controller, but I don't think that'll be possible. Make some room. I don't know why they didn't do WASD. It feels antiquated for ARPGs not to offer the option. Diablo 4 has been okay gameplay-wise, though I worry about the kind of content they might lock behind the seasonal passes or whatever live service they're doing. Yeah, that would suck, dude. It seems like the season pass... well, they're doing Battle Pass, right? And I think all that's going to just be cosmetic stuff. I hope. I hope it's just cosmetic stuff. What the fuck am I doing? Just realized. Did they drop something over here? Am I missing something? Am I supposed to complete this? Oh, I forgot. I can't just fucking click. Oh, wait. No, I can. Oh, shit. Okay, you know what? This is actually pretty good. I like this. Wait. It's just one attack, though. I don't know if I like that. That sucks. Fuck. I'm like strong. This guy. Oh, I think I need to kill this guy. There we go. Get this fucking box. Okay. I'm swinging my melee. It's a basic attack where I basically like pull on their flesh or some shit. It produces blood orbs, which heal me. Honestly, I feel like maybe I should change that, or like look into like something stronger. Most games don't like it when you swap between mouse controls and controller movement. Yeah, because it's like they have to change control schemes or some shit every time. This game is Blizzard's last chance to not fuck up all of their IP, so I hope it keeps them in line. Nice bench. It does seem like this is like one of the few games or like IPs that doesn't have a stigma behind it, I guess. Auto attack to spacebar. Okay, you know what? That's a good idea. I was thinking about using spacebar somehow. I wasn't sure. So basic skill on spacebar. Actually, yeah, that would actually be kind of good. Because then my thumb can handle that. And then I got my 4 slots. That like I've gotten used to using 1 through 4. Then adding 5 just made it fucking weird. But then I also was using... What was I using? I was using... Which one of these? Hold position. Because I had to combine these two. Which... Actually, I might not need to use this anymore. So I could probably put M5 into something else. What could I put M5 in? Oh, wait. You know what? I could just bind this to M5. Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. This is great. This is fucking great. Hold on. Let's make this. Let's change move and interact to this. Back to that. So, move and interact is going to be my M5, evade on my M4. And I think that covers it. Because I don't need to hold position. This is going to take some time to get used to. But this is much better now. Okay, that works. Tried to play DBT with a controller for movement and KBM for aiming, weapon swapping. That didn't end well. Only use move. I mean, I'm a necromancer. Is there MP bottles like these? Like elixirs? Increased dodge, increased cold resist, critical strike chance. I have to be level 30 for that. Fire resist, lightning resist. These don't really have anything that I would like use. I have a new ability. Just slotted into that. How's DBT these days? I wouldn't know either, Benchy. I haven't played it. I stopped playing it after I made my last map, and I just got out of Dodge, you know. I was tired of fucking waiting for something to happen to that game. I mean, as much as I like that game, it's like... By the end, I was forcing myself to like it, it felt like. Sadly. Those are not MP or HP bottles. How you regen MP, not a joke. Okay, so how you regen MP, here's your mana, or essence, they call it essence. You just use this. You use your basic attack to generate essence. That's it. That's what Casey was saying about how it's not that good of a game because of that. Yeah, they made the MP bottle the basic attack. Steam re-release soon. Yeah, soon. Never. Yeah, that's understandable. I play Quake Champs time to time, but the class system with light to heavy just annoys me. Yeah, that kind of annoyed me too. I feel like Quake Champions would be a great game to have like a survival mode because of the class system. I think it would lend itself very like nicely to the survival, like, or some kind of PvE where like all that stuff will actually matter and actually like make a difference. I actually was thinking about that near the end of my time with Diablotical, like Quake Champions PvE would probably be pretty good. If it's done right and if they utilize the champions and stuff like that a little more. Each class has a mana that you use your attacks to gen. Yeah, druids have spirit. Oh, okay, so they each have different shit. Since I'm necromancer, it's essence. Okay. If there's only resist flasks, and it looks like that you'll need basic attack for essence gen. Yeah, I definitely need it. But I think like you can change what your basic is. Like I'm using this blood. The only reason I'm using this is because it can generate a blood orb, and if I pick up the blood orb, it'll give me my life back. It'll give me HP if I pick it up. So it's like free HP all the time. And then I have this where it'll give me a percentage of my life back as fortify each time it hits an enemy, and it has a 1.5% chance per enemy to fortify you for 100%. So it's like, this seems like the best case for like sustain, This one I didn't like. I used this one a bit. I didn't like that. I used this one a bit. I didn't really like it either. Because this one's long range. I can hit people from across the screen. This one's long range, but it doesn't do a lot. This one's short range, and then I actually haven't used this one. But, you know, how can you go wrong with lifesteal, basically? In PvP, it feels so frustrating when you 50% LG a Sorlag who's stacked and the TTK is like actually 10 seconds. Dude, flashbacks to when I would play Sorlag before they actually balanced the fucking tanks. And apparently it's still not entirely balanced. That's pretty funny. Like, that shit was so funny. And the movement for Sorlag was busted too. Jesus Christ. That's all. That was the best time for me, was playing busted movement Sorlag. Because I was like, I didn't know how to fucking air control, but busted movement Sorlag made it so fucking easy. And yeah, that's why I don't play Quake Champions, because I don't like that crap. It's like, oh, I'm going up I have the skill to beat this guy, but because he's the fucking bull, he's just gonna run into me. Kill me. He's gonna run into me with a shotgun and kill me. This shit fucking sucks. Fucking it's like, that's not Quake, dude. That's like, that's just some cheap shit. Quake was supposed to be all about skill. And you're actually 100% better than me at that skill. But like now it's just like, it's just fucking weird. Like, that's why I think it would just be better for them to scrap the fucking class-based shit. And if you want to keep that, go do it in a fucking PvE where it makes sense and it'll work. I was so upset with Path of Exile for never making weapon attack something worth doing unless you're using super specific Berserker builds. Huge. Diablo 4. Huge. It's literally Ascendant Tree build. This game looks dope. Yeah, I like this game, Abby. I think it's a great game. I think Josh should get it so we can play it, but... yeah, that's fine. I would rather you get this than get Outlast, because I fucking hate that game. With a passion. Yeah, I can't refund it, and I'm fucking depressed that I can't fucking refund it. What? Yeah, that was stupid. 2-hour limit to refund a game? Like, come on, I gave it a chance. I don't like it. Let me fucking refund that crap. 334... 326. I wanted to play Shapeshifter, but the elemental skills are much better at fighting crowds for Druid right now. Yeah, it's funny, Bench, you have, I feel like, a different take on this game. KC came in saying he wasn't too happy with this game, talking about kind of the way the game scales enemies and the equipment, I guess. What's your take on that, Benchy? Lifesteal is super strong, especially if there's no HP potion. Visor had TF2 air strafing. What the fuck? I went to pee and came back. Who the fuck said anything about QC? QC is always a discussion. It's you know, It's kind of like Diablotical in that you can't really escape it. What did you say, Josh? I don't know. Yeah, you're talking about the little... I think those are like... Well, he's knocked down now, so maybe those are things where like he'll go... Oh no, that's a bar under the health bar that slowly builds and you can knock him down. I don't know what those things are. They might be phases. Like if you're going slow enough, he'll actually go through the phases. I killed him pretty fast though. You have unlocked energizing aspect. Okay.
My burden is too great.
I actually haven't found any enemies in this game that have immunity phases, Josh, so you're good. You're good. I know. Immunity phases. I think the best thing about champs was including all movement sets together. I think that's genuinely cool as a concept. I agree. I love that idea. Because that was the whole point of the game, was that you were skilled with the movement, right? And then the combat was just this extra piece on top of it where you were able to just destroy people, right? Like, to me, that's the whole point of Quake. So that was great. And the whole class thing with the health and the armor, all that needs to be saved for like a PvE kind of mode where it makes sense to have different options. Like, oh, you want to play this guy who has more health and armor because he's going in to fight enemies that are, you know, strong or whatever. Or like, it would be cool because like, I guess it's kind of like what Blizzard was doing, where they had the heroes and each class has ranks and skills that you can unlock, and it's like all this thing. And then the more I think about it, it's like, well, okay, well, it's probably not going to work then, because it's not like, oh, if Blizzard can't do it, nobody can. But it's like, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of effort to make something that's cohesive and it all comes together really well. Like, that was the one thing I'll give Outlast props with, is they had on their feedback survey, like, we might do PvP, and I was like, oh, that's a great idea, because the core of the game isn't PvP. The core of the game is the PvE. So you can iron out, you can make a great game that's like casual friendly, that everybody might like. I didn't like it. That's fine, right? Obviously people like it. My point is though, is that the core is the PvE, and then you just build off the core. I like that idea. I know that probably wouldn't work with Quake, but I love that idea. I think it's because then you get the casuals in. They like the whatever, you know. They like the base game. You introduce PvP and they're like, oh shit, I can actually fight people now. Health power might be a stun threshold. Yeah, maybe. I've not played a whole lot of Diablo 4, no endgame stuff, but it seems fun enough to me right now. I'm not a hardcore ARPG player, so a more casual perspective. Yeah, I'm coming from that too, Benchy. I'm coming with the casual kind of perspective too. It seemed like KC had played a lot of Diablo 2, Diablo 3. So it's nice to get perspective from someone who's played these games, but also to hear from a casual perspective. Like, I feel like the way that they do this stuff, where it's like the game kind of scales like Borderlands, where the legendaries you grab now aren't necessarily going to be useful in the late game because you'll find better legendaries. He was kind of complaining about that. He was kind of upset about that. And because I've played a lot of Borderlands, it wasn't really a big deal to me. Basically, yeah. It's just like if you have an item with better stats or whatever, it's just like equip it. It's funny. I don't even care about the stats. If it's a higher level, like power level, I'm just gonna equip it. Cause I'm not gonna care about that until I get, yeah, to the like max level. Right, and then it's like you gotta care about it. Now you gotta care about it. What the fuck is this? Oh, destroyed it. Heresy. All Quake games, a movement, every shaft, and pincer, a railgun. I forget what the shaft was called in Quake 1. Isn't the lightning gun or Thunderbolt or something like that? In regard to the cancellation of the Overwatch 2 PvE, Blizzard probably couldn't guarantee profit from the investment, as most PvE gamers they already pull data from. They have data from these groups. I'm not a Blizzard employee, but I'm just saying they know how much money PvE will make them. Well, the whole point was that PvE was the paid portion of the fucking game, right? Isn't that the whole point? They were going to say, you know, PvP free. We're only going to charge you for our, you know, cosmetics and whatever. And then if you want to get in on the PvE, you know, give us a premium price. We'll give you a premium price for that. Right, Josh? Right. Well, they said they're still gonna do a PvE. It's just apparently gonna be a bastardized version of it. How the fuck do I get in there? Oh, like that. Which is kind of upsetting, I mean, honestly. You should read what your orange tier items do. Oh, I will. It's just like, see that negative 13? I don't like that negative 13. That's bad. Negative 13, that's bad. I'm gonna trash it. I'm gonna trash the gold because it says negative 13. No, I know, Josh, but I heard about the events in Overwatch 1, TV, and all that stuff, and then they're like, let's go chase the rainbow, basically. Well, I feel like what they were gonna do was not payday-esque, but it's like, you know how some of these PvE games are, where they're like, they have a lot of depth and you want to play missions over and over again. I don't think it was like I don't think it was going to be like just campaign. You know what I mean?
My bags are full.
No, that's yeah, yeah, that's what I heard too. Yeah, but that's lame. It's lame that they don't want to do that, I mean. I once found an item in Path of Exile while leveling that was an orange item that I kept equipped from level 12 to level 80 because of the unique stat that the orange tier made the item. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, a lot of these items I feel like get obsolete really fast.
An audience with our chief.
Not while I'm in town.
You know, because of this, the way the game works, it's like,
Our purpose remains.
I'll find another
We
one.
display these trophies to
Well, okay. Well, let me look at this again. So what? +1 rank of Bone Spear, I don't use that. +1 rank of Sever, I don't use that. Blood Surge, I don't use that. You deal 30% increased shadow damage to enemies afflicted by both Decrepify and Iron Maiden. Okay, so I do use that. I do use Decrepify and Iron Maiden. I use both. So maybe you're right. I should use this. And I can, what's cool is that you can upgrade these items already. You can, like, it's not something they, like in Borderlands where they hide that. You have to, like, beat the game or whatever. Like, I can upgrade that stuff. PvE was why a large portion bought the game. Did people bought Overwatch 2? Really? I thought it was free. Mike's wife included. It's going to be Overwatch 1 PvE, which was nothing. A joke, not a game. A joke. Of course, just like this game, right?
I cannot carry more.
People who bought into the PvE should have known that it wasn't gonna happen, because you never buy into something that doesn't exist yet, you know what I mean? Like with this game, it's like you know what you're getting. It exists, you see gameplay. Well, actually I can't say that. I think there was some gameplay of the Overwatch PvE. Now that I think about it. And that, yeah, I think, wasn't KC saying like they should be brought to court or something? Orange tier items might have a very special text line that might resurrect something or explode something. The orange text, that's all you need to look at. That's the unique stat. Okay. Yeah, I looked at that. Yeah, the orange text. And I like it. You were right, Abby, so thank you for that advice. You get a gold star. What's this one? When hit while not healthy, a magical bubble. Oh, that's what's creating that bubble. Okay. That's actually good. And it has an empty socket. Yeah, the sockets are cool, man. And you can unsocket them too, which is great. Like, this is great. Path of Exile has that? Okay. Yeah, Path of Exile has PvP, doesn't it? This game has PvP too. I think they planned for Overwatch 2 to be paid, but then backed out, and then it turned into vaporware. Man. That's pretty lame. What was that guy's name? Oh god. Just look over and I thought I saw something. Suggestive. Honestly, vaporware, eveware, BRB, bong time. Okay, Abby. It's crazy to me, Overwatch 2. It did, didn't it? Okay. Okay, I'm not. If anybody saw that, they saw that. If they did, they did. It's crazy to me Overwatch 2 got so far in terms of marketing when in the cancellation announcement they made it sound like Overwatch 2 was an idea, as an idea was still in the prototype gray boxing stages. Yeah, like I read the article that they released when they announced the cancellation. And I remember reading it thinking, this sounds like it's not even like fleshed out yet. Like, but then I kept reading like other people's perspectives and they were saying like we saw gameplay at one point. So there was a point where they were like they had what would you say, like a working version, right, of the game at one point. And then I was reading something about how there was like a guy there who quit, who was keeping it afloat. Like he was super passionate about the PvE, and once he quit, all that kind of went downhill. Um, and then about how they kept scrapping it and going back to like, what would you say, the drawing board, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Like,
Not while I'm
none of it makes sense. At the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, it doesn't fucking make sense. Like, I mean, it makes me think of Diablotical a little bit. Like 7 years, right? Like 7 years, man. Think about how much shit you could do in 7 years of your life. 365 days, 24 hours in each a day. 7 years. Like, oh my god. And it just blows my mind. Like, why would you... I don't know. And for Blizzard, it's worse because they're like big. You know, they're fucking big. AAA company. And like, how do you botch that? How do you fucking botch it that bad? I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. When I saw the PvE announcement, I got kind of frustrated because it's like, oh great, people, especially like, let's just say good studios, let's just say they're working on a PvE game, they're gonna be like, you know, if Blizzard can't do it, let's just not do it, you know. Or people are like, see, Blizzard can't even do it. Why do you expect a company like Good Studio to do it? It's like, no, no, no. 7 years, man. What am I doing here? It's good for boots.
Oh, bad luck. Try again.
I don't know.
Not much, is it?
Boots. Boots.
Bit of
Hey, there you
magic
go.
in that one.
Cool.
I
Okay.
cannot do that.
Oops. Hold on, let me get to this next area and then I'll read that. I'll look at the chat. Just wanna, where am I going? I'm trying to go to over here. And then I think I'll go to another spot.
Arms for the light.
I'm not sure where Blizzard go from here. Like, what game's next? RTS is very niche, so no. Was that StarCraft, Warcraft? WoW Classic is now adding microtransactions. Retail WoW is struggling to turn around. Feels like they are scrambling for this Microsoft buyout so they can cash out to avoid that problem. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Even Call of Duty fucking sucks. Like, usually Call of Duty would be like the cash cow of that company, you know? Like, we're guaranteed to sell because it's like the FIFA of first-person shooters. But even then, it's like nowadays people are kind of wisening up. This shit kind of sucks. Call of Duty's kind of shit, and they're just investing in Warzone, which sucks. And I used to be the kind of guy who was like, I'm all survival. I'm all zombies. You know, that's the only reason I'll buy a Call of Duty game. And Cold War zombies wasn't that bad. It wasn't classic zombies. I was willing to look past it. But then Vanguard was like so shit. I've completely lost faith that they're gonna do a good zombies iteration for this next Treyarch game. I feel like it's just gonna be another Cold War situation where I'm just kind of reluctantly playing it for the story, and then at that point I might as well just watch people play it and then get the story from them, from their playthrough. It's like, what the fuck is the point? Collect ice clan bones. Okay. I like standard COD PvP quite a lot, and zombies is great too, so I'm not looking at Warzone either. Yeah. People have said they liked... People said they liked, what was it, Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, right? People were into that. Cold War I don't think was too bad on the PvP side. I just feel like they have a lot of work to do with zombies. Like they can't be doing, because they introduced, what was it, Outbreak, which was basically Warzone for zombies, and like I'm not having that. I'm not having that. You know, because that then fucking Vanguard comes out and they're doing it again, except it's worse. It's way worse than fucking Outbreak. And that pissed me off. Bastardized COD zombies. Yo, nice. Jesus Christ, man. Hold on, I'll look at the chat in a minute. Right when I think it's over, it'll just spawn a bunch of assholes on me. I don't know where the bones are, dude. I think I have to talk to someone first to get that started, maybe, I don't know. Okay. I enjoyed Cold War PvP. It felt more like late 2000s style COD PvP than anything they had done in a long time. It's probably because it was like, if it was like classic, I wouldn't say classic Black Ops style, but like Black Ops to me, like the first Black Ops, wouldn't you say, Josh? First Black Ops game had some of the best PvP. Like, it was actually genuinely fun, right? Like, you know, PvP, it gets frustrating. But, like, it was fun because I think it was the first time they introduced the RCXD, right? And they had these, like, the weapons were pretty cool. The buy system where you could just buy stuff. Remember that? Yeah, they had a lot of fun stuff. So, like, to me, like, if anything, Cold War, I felt like was trying to pull from that. So that was nice. It wasn't entirely like that, but it was good. Cold War Zombies, just played the static maps. They were fun. Yeah, they were good. Some of them were good, but the problem for me was the characters. There was no personality. That was like, I would say that was 25% of the draw to zombies, was that you had these characters with voice actors that were like really kind of funny. They were breaking the ice a lot. And they were kind of integral to the story. Whereas in Cold War Zombies, these people you're playing as, they really serve no purpose other than to like get you to like to support the microtransactions and the bundles of characters and like all that. Like it was cool when they added Samantha Maxis to the character list, because then it was like we actually have a character that we can play that matters to the COD Zombie story, but it wasn't like the map was made for her to be there. And then it became that weird thing where it's like, oh my god, all these assholes respawn. What the fuck? Oh, is it because someone's here? Someone's here. I should just leave. Let me go over here real quick. Fuck. Yeah, that's a player. You can run into people. It's like you see that guy just rode by on a horse. It's kind of like, what would you say, like Elder Scrolls, where you're running around in a world where everybody's just always there. No, you can find them in the open world. I just want to get over here real quick. What were we gonna say, Josh? Okay. There's a queue to open BattleNet. Nice. First Black Ops was the last COD game I bought annually. I took a break from there until Cold War came out. Loved the buy system. Yeah, I thought the buy system was great. I think that's just a great thing, because you just buy what you want, start playing, and you're good. You don't have to be like, I gotta reach level 25 to get the weapon I want to use, or some shit. Like, I hate that. That's why I love COD Zombies. Go in, hit the box, get the weapon you want, and start playing the fucking game. I don't have to worry about leveling. And I think I only bought COD games if they had a PvE mode. Like Ghosts had an alien mode, which was okay. I kind of like it. Like in retrospect, I play it sometimes because I have it on Steam, and it's kind of good. I wouldn't mind playing it more. And then there was Infinite Warfare that had their own take on zombies, which I thought was probably the best zombies you could get in a Call of Duty game. It literally had everything that you could possibly want from a zombies game. Best COD zombies on the market. And great cast of voice actors, but also great special guests. They had Elvira, they had David Hasselhoff, they had Pee Wee Herman. I can't remember his name. But they had some great fucking like special guests that were like kind of cool. Boss fights were crazy in that game too. I still need to beat Mephistopheles. But then yeah, all the Treyarch games I would pick up because they had the zombies and then the mainline story. So I never played any of the Modern Warfare stuff though. I never liked that. So I've only just stopped actually picking up Treyarch zombies games after Vanguard. Like, I'm not gonna get this next Treyarch game unless I watch a video and I'm like, I see that it's classic zombies again and it's great and I want to play it. If that isn't the case, if it's Vanguard again, if it's Cold War again, I can't be spending the $60 anymore or $100, whatever. Like, I'd rather play games like this. It's way more casual, way more chill. Random challenges that are counterintuitive in COD can really suck. Kill X people prone with an SMG. SMGs don't really play that way unless you're drop shooting constantly. It seems like they're teaching people to drop shoot with that. You know, or they're like lending the challenges to people who drop shoot. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, we know how our player base is. They literally spin in circles as they're trying to shoot a guy, and their screen is shaking like they have fucking Parkinson's. So we're gonna make a challenge where it's like spin the screen in circles as you're shooting someone, because that's what they do. But you had to do those challenges to unlock skins, attachments, or whatever. In the new one, you have to grind specific weapons to get different ones. Sometimes you have to farm kills with an LMG to unlock an AR. It's weird. That is weird. You know, here's one thing I'll give credit to Treyarch for. With their zombies mode, when you level in zombies now, you level in the PvP. So if you have like a challenge or you want to unlock a certain weapon, but you're like, I'm not that level yet, you literally just go into PvE and grind for a little bit, get to the level, and then hop back into the PvP. I think the challenges are separate, like, as far as all that goes, but like you could unlock attachments and stuff in PvE and bring it back to PvP, and it's like nothing's changing as far as that, you know. I think the only thing that was separate was the weapon skins as far as the challenges go. Like you had your zombie skins and then you had your PvP skins. But as far as attachments, you could unlock everything in zombies and then just bring it back to the multiplayer. And I think that's great. I think every COD game should have something like that because that's cool. Because, you know, so, like you said, some of those challenges on PvP suck. They're not fun. That's what I did on Cold War. If a gun had a cool attachment, I'd farm it in zombies and then have fun in both PvE and PvP without the grind feeling frustrating. Like, that's great, right? Like, it's a great idea. Because that just, like you said, the grind's not frustrating now. It's like, you're not going against the grain almost in the multiplayer. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like you're going upstream. With that system, it feels like you're just flowing. You're playing the game, you're having fun, you're unlocking things you want to unlock in the process. And then whatever mode you want to play, you're playing with what you've unlocked. As you're just flowing, you're going with the river now. You're not going upstream. And to me, I think a lot of modern games, if they're going to do PvP and they're going to have unlockables and stuff, you know, and they have a PvE section, that's something they should do. That should be kind of like the evolution of these big games with like, oh, we're gonna do PvE and we're gonna do PvP. It was like, just let us, you know, just let us have fun. Let us. I want to have fun again, please. A lot of these games, it's like I'm going to work. I'm going to my second job. So I can, you know, grind for hours and hours and hours. Hey, Abby. I have to have my party used a learning taught Ultima, as well as summon Bahamut. Okay, I support all that. Yeah, with the PvP challenges, it's like, do I want to win my match or do I want to lose the match for my team? But I got X added to it, right? Yeah, you got your challenge crap. And I feel like that was kind of a complaint from multiplayer in the COD world. Like, people weren't really happy with that at all. Because at the end of the day, what is Call of Duty? It's just, you know, challenges. It's not about playing the game and like winning. It's about unlocking everything, getting all the attachments, getting all the weapon skins, completing it 100%. And maybe there's a few people who don't do that, but it's like, from what I've seen in most of like the hardcore players, that seems to be like the whole point. Just fucking grind. And it's not a bad thing, but when it goes against the whole core of the game, which is to like, you know, like play with your team, win a match, like it should lend itself to the core aspects of the game. It shouldn't be trying to deter you from like supporting your team, winning the match. Shit fucking sucks. Can I open this now? Cool. You know what? Hold on. You know what? I feel like I should change the Skeletal Warriors to like the Reapers. Dealing heavy damage, 10 seconds. 30% increased damage, but 15% reduced life. Each time you critically strike. Oh, actually better. Okay. Yeah, just an average evening as a blue mage. Thank you. Spec Ops was super fun for me. Yeah, Spec Ops was cool. Actually, I don't think I ever played Spec Ops. I think I might have played it in one of the really old games. I don't remember that one, honestly. None of my friends like it. Do you remember Spec Ops from Modern Warfare 2? What I remember Modern Warfare 2 having a survival mode where you had, when it wasn't zombies though, it was like you had to survive against waves of like elite enemies. Was that what you're talking about, Abby? I liked that a little bit. It wasn't that bad. That was kind of like, if you're not gonna have zombies, then that's probably like a good alternative. Um, did the game get more fun yet? I mean, I wasn't. Did the game get more fun yet? It's not that bad, Casey. It's not that bad. What am I doing? Okay. I think I've been in something like this before. You could use turrets and airstrikes. Every tier had a spec op survival. Yeah, okay, yeah. I remember playing that. That was fun. I liked that. I think that was, like I said, if you're not gonna have. Oh, here we go. Ice Clan. These guys. I gotta fuck these guys up first. If you're not gonna have a zombies, that's a good alternative. Especially for what we were talking about with Benchy, like that would be a great place to like level your weapons and stuff. But the problem is Activision knows that now they have kind of, there's money to be made in a zombies mode. That's why they kind of shoehorn zombies in Vanguard. It fucking sucked. But there were some people who were like, "Oh, this is great," and they're playing it and they're making money off of, you know, game sales. So like, and people are probably buying, you know, bundles every here and there, or you know, characters, whatever. I think Snoop Dogg was in that game. People probably bought that. Hold on, I have an ability. So here's my thing is I have what is this, like 6 slots, right? 2, 4, 6. I've got my basic, and then I've got this core, and then I've got 2 curses. And it's like, so I need to give up one of these if I want to have like an ultimate. But it's like, do I want an ultimate? Is that what I want, you know? Okay, Benchy, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you chatting, and it was nice catching up with you too. And yeah, I'll let you know if I get it, and we can play it sometime. Take care, Benchy. Have a good one. I thought Spec Ops was more fun than Zombies because I had zero connection to the zombie Easter egg community when Zombies was brand new to WoW and Xbox Live DLC. Well, there was no in World at War. There were no like quest lines or Easter egg quests. So there was nothing really to do. I mean, Dear Reese had a little one. So I understand where you're coming from, though. Like, even if you played some of the newer maps where that had the quest lines, there's just too much shit going on. I loved it. I think it's great. For the hardcore players, they can do the quest line. For the casual players, just play the map, have a good time. But they were kind of balancing, do we make the map complicated because the Easter egg's complicated and there needs to be a lot of stuff going on, or do we make the map simple and therefore make the Easter egg a little simple because there's not much going on? It's like, it's kind of, you know, But I do agree. Like Spec Ops having an end point was cool. Like survive, what was it, like 10, 15 waves, and then it's over. You did it. Great job. Um, I will say though, Zombies does have an ending. Eventually, the maps got to a point where they were like, okay, when you beat the quest, we end the game. It's over. Great job. You like get a victory screen or something. Um, and in Cold War, they incorporated the what was it? Like an evacuate. Like you could end the match and win, basically. You don't have to complete the Easter egg to get a win sequence. You could just call in and, well, I don't know what it's called. Some helicopter comes in and you get to leave. You probably want ultimate, at least something with a long cooldown that you can use while using your other 4 abilities. Okay, you know what, I'll have to look at this because maybe I'll refund a few of them so I can spec into something. Because I thought the Army of the Dead was cool. Should have called this Army of Darkness. Maybe that's, you know, copyright or something. Did you sign the Battleborn petition? What is Battleborn? Is that the game that Gearbox tried to make? I wouldn't mind signing that. I remember playing that and liking it. If you can send me a a private message on Discord with the link, I'll sign it. I wouldn't mind playing that. I actually am not completely against that game. They had a lot of kill all the enemy at the same time as your co-op partner. Stealth sort of missions. There were a lot of different Spec Op game modes per difficulty in the original Modern Warfare. See, I don't know anything about that. I just know that there was like a survival mode. That's all I know about. I don't know about any stealth stuff. I mean, I remember there being like co-op in the campaign. Let me take a look at this really quick. Um, Maybe I'll give up one of these. This just slows and they deal less damage. 10% chance to be stunned. Chance to be instantly killed. Maybe we'll give up Decrepify. We'll keep Iron Maiden. Wait, Iron Maiden! Well, they mean an actual Iron Maiden, not Iron Maiden the band. Okay. You should look into it. It's really basic stealth co-op gameplay like Splinter Spell, Conviction, but with none of the stuff that made it casual. You had to actually count down to your Xbox Live co-op partner. Yeah, but I don't want to do that. Like, I don't. It's not that I don't want to play it. I don't want to do the whole we have to count down to kill someone, and like to me a good stealth game would be, well, for me, like I love Payday 2. You know, Payday 2, so much fun. In the stealth too is so much fun. Co-op stealth in that game can be tough, but if you get people who know what they're doing and you're coordinated, that's when it gets super spicy, super good, and I love it. Solo stealth too in co-op 2 or Payday 2 is so good. It's just so good. I'm obsessed with that game, you know? But I understand that, like, that's kind of like, I would say I'm like a milsim stealth kind of thing, right? Like, I wouldn't even call it milsim. What would you call it? Like, I get what you're saying. I can see the appeal, where it's like we want to go in, we want to act like we're actually like military guys, and we're like, you know, hold 3, 2, 1, fire kind of thing. I get it. That's just not my thing. Like the reason why I like Payday 2 stealth is because it's kind of like abstract, and it can be, you know, you can fuck up, and then you're like, oh shit, let's restart. Let's restart. Hey KO, Diablo stealth co-op. Yeah, yeah. Imagine that. Imagine stealthing in this game. Look at all my friends here on the screen. Look at all my skeletons. You know, imagine stealthing with that. That's a fucking nightmare. I understand, Abby. You're just trying to upsell it and all that, you know. One shot, one kill. You know, I get it. There's games out there nowadays that they're like, that's the whole point of it, right? Like, isn't Ready or Not kind of like that, where they're trying to get more realistic with, I don't think it's a stealth thing, but they're getting more realistic with how you like interact with your teammates, and it's like, we gotta breach the door, stuff like that. I was actually thinking about getting Ready or Not. That seems like a good game. Um, I know I'm. It's because you know I get distracted reading chat, and now I need to think about this whole fucking process. Increase the damage and life of your golem. I'm trying to figure out, what do I want to refund here? Like, should I just reset the whole tree? Like, I don't know. How much would that cost? Oh, that's it? 6,000? You know what? Let me do that really quick. Let me refund everything. And it's like, okay, so yes, yes, yes. We want this. Yes. Blight slows enemies. Increase damage or immobilize. Go with the increased damage. Shit. I just realized those are off. Those are off center. That's funny. I guess we'll invest in this, one in that, one in that. Does that work? Okay. So then we were going to do Iron Maiden. No longer costs essence, heal, damage increase. That's what we want. Two more. We'll invest in this. And I didn't really like anything here, so I'll invest in this again. Increase damage to distant enemies. 2% more damage from you and deal with 3% less damage to them. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Damage damage darker skills. What does that say? Movement speed. I don't have any bone skills, so that doesn't matter. When a corpse is formed from your skills or minions, 45. Let's invest in that. Let's invest in that. And then we'll invest in that. So now we're here. We're at the ultimate. We have 7 points. Good, good, good. What's going on? It's okay to be chatty, Abby. You're good. What was the unique you had? You had 0.3 damage increase, 2 spells. Make sure you're at least speccing into those spells too. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this one was Iron Maiden Decrepify. I've chosen to drop Decrepify so I can make space for the ultimate. So we're going to focus on Iron Maiden. I just realized I have a bunch of new shit here too. So we actually, fuck it. Can't use any of this. Okay, back here. So yes, 7 points at the ultimate. I'm thinking Army of the Dead. I used Bone Storm and it was actually pretty good though. Crit strike chances increased by 20%. Slows enemies 50%. Leaves behind 3 blood orbs as it travels. I'm getting enough blood orbs from my basic attacks. I don't really care about that. Army of the Dead also raises your skeletal warriors and mages. 50% chance. Okay, so it seems like Bone Storm's the way to go. It also goes on my golem. Right. Okay, I'm gonna go with Bone Storm. What are we thinking? We're thinking Bone Storm. This Blood Wave, it throws a tidal wave. It knocks back enemies. This one just raises skeletons for 7 seconds that explode around enemies, dealing damage. And then the buffs here aren't that much. It's like chance to leave behind a corpse raises my skeletal mages, and it's like I can just call upon a dead body to do that. Slows enemies, like I get the slow from my blight, right? Blight slows enemies, right? So I don't really need that. And then the blood orbs, I get plenty of that from my hemorrhage. So I'm gonna go with Bloodstorm. I think that's the way to go. And then we'll go into that, and then I have 4 left, so we're gonna spec into that. Increased damage broken by 6, reduced by 2%. I don't like that. 35 seconds. Skeletal pre-sealing will heal your skeletons for 20%. After you have been healthy for at least 4 seconds, you and your minions gain increased attack speed. 10% increased damage while you were close to them. Minions cannot lose more than 75%. I think I'll go with this path. Increased attack speed. So there you go. This is a more focused, concentrated build. Or path. Whatever you want to call it with this skill tree. I had level 5 hemorrhage before. I thought it was about 3-5. I remember it being about 3-5. But either way, I would rather, even if it was, let's just say it was 5-5, I think I would prefer moving 2 points over to Blight, just so that they're even. I feel like Blight was kind of under-leveled to me. You know, just, even if it was 5-5, like let's just say it was. I don't remember. I think I would rather have 2 points in Blight. That needs to be good. That's good. And then we've got 2 in Iron Maiden, which I think that was just 1 as well. So that's... Like, I want to kind of keep everything relatively buffed. I don't want something to be too strong. Move that over. Drop that down. So this is my ultimate. It's 3. Let's make that 4. That way I only have to worry about these 3 buttons. And then these are still good, right? Okay, so I want to think about this now. Skeletal warriors. I feel like the skirmishers are cool, but like I think I want to go with reapers maybe. Or defenders. I feel like skirmishers are too weak. I need to think about this for a minute. More MP spent is better. The idea of not having an HP flask makes me shiver. My jug in Path of Exile didn't use more than 1, but I had really OP meta blue tier flasks. So let's use a build. I'm hyped to see it too. I want to see how this works, but I need to figure this out now, really quick. Reapers seem to be strong. You've got these guys who kind of take hits, and then the skirmishers, they have increased damage, but they're really weak. Reaper attacks against enemies who are immobilized, slowed, stunned, or vulnerable. Reduce the cooldown of their powerful wind-up attack by 2 seconds. We'll try this. We'll try the Reapers. And our mages. Oh, we have bone mages now. Oh no, you know what? I've had bone mages. I didn't like them. The cold mages were good. Made vulnerable. Yeah, these cold mages are actually pretty good. Stun, yeah. And then golems. We're at blood. Absorbs 15% damage that you would take. Blood golem gains 25% damage reduction and 50% increased damage. Iron golem. That'll be interesting. 32. Well, we're 2 levels away from that, so let's use the build. Let's start working on those levels. Two more levels. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Oh fuck. You know what? I gotta get used to this new setup. I used my ultimate right there. That's fine. I don't have Decrepify, I just have Iron Man. This feels better to do. I don't have to worry about reaching over to the 4. I hope I'm going right. This feels pretty strong. I feel like maybe I'm a bit stronger than before. Feels like my fucking golem is stronger too. Jesus. Oh, there's a fucking guy over there. Until you get to a boss, then to the HP plus survival, anything else so they can swarm the ad, so it helps survive. Your boss were too high. Your left mouse was that powerful, you were right. Respecing the mid-game is huge in these games. Yeah. I mean, that's what I would do in Borderlands. I would start speccing into something, and it's all kind of random where you place everything because you don't really know what you want to do yet, right? And then oh wow, the bone. Wow, this bone shit is my ultimate's pretty strong. It's pretty nice. That's cool. What's it called? Bone Storm? Pretty strong, yeah. But yeah, that's usually how these games, or at least in, like, if it's gonna be like Borderlands, that's how it usually goes in Borderlands. You level up randomly, and then you go back, and you're like, okay, I kind of know what I want to do now, based on what I've specced into, and all that. You just kind of reset. $39. I'll replace the green one. What's nice though is that you can take, you know, like let's say you really like the way this looks, this helmet, Heroic Peak. You can take it to a blacksmith, break it down, and you can transmogrify, I guess, and make, like, let's say like this one's better, but you don't like the look, transmogrify it to make it look like that, I guess. I think that's what transmogrify means in this game. That's cool. I like that. Because it basically, I mean, you know, Casey was saying, you know, he's not happy with the way this game is, and it's like, but I'm kind of happy with it because it's like if I find an item that I really like, and it's got a lot of good stats on it, like let's say this scythe, but I like the way, like, one of these other weapons looks or something, like, I can change that maybe, the way it looks. Like, I think that's really cool. I like that when they do that in these games. You did get Max Golem? No, I haven't gotten Max Golem yet. I need to be level 32. Or, unless you're talking about the abilities, I spec'd into this, yeah. Golem Max, Sat Max. Borderlands is based off of game theory proven by Diablo 1 and 2. That makes sense. I don't think it... Excuse me, I don't think it has... like... based on what I've heard... the same... you know... like way to play. You know? Like if you can change your character and play at the same spot you were with your previous character, you can't do that in the original Borderlands games. Or really any Borderlands. You have to start an entirely new game. To me, that sucks. That's probably the biggest problem with Borderlands. Is I would like to create a new character and not have to play the whole game. Twice, by the way, because you gotta do True Vault Hunter mode so you can get all the good loot. It's like, to me, Borderlands, what is it, 4? That needs to be changed. That needs to be fixed or like addressed somehow. Make a new character, start where your other characters are. It basically makes me only want to play one character, even though I would love to play more characters in the game. But then again, it's like, well, how do you level then, you know? I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's for the devs and people who work on these games to figure out. Not for me. This is what I want. Figure it out. Give it to me. Give me what I want. I'll give you what you want, which is my money. I know that's what you want. Sons of bitches. What? Oh. Travel to the Flesh Cavern. This is good build. I like. Let's just throw the ultimate at him. So I need to go that way, I guess. Oh yeah, isn't the path? The path should be open now. That's what it is. They usually have a legendary item tier, unique tier. Talking about in Borderlands, yeah, they usually have that. In Borderlands, it's the legendary tier. It's usually like commons and uncommons, then you've got your rares, and then I think you go straight into legendary. I don't think there's like a mythic or anything. It's just legendary. done did it. We done did it. Turn to Senna. And that's the heart-shaped spread on an SMG, or the headshots called volcanoes on an sniper. Oh, the red text. That's the red text on a legendary. It's that tier with the heart-shaped spread. That gun carried me up until I got the headshot spawn electro orbs. That was a sniper, but shot as fast as SMG. Yeah, that's what's cool about Borderlands. They do fucking crazy shit like that. It is fucking broken, but that's like the beauty of Borderlands is it's fucking broken. The fuck is this? Okay. Find Collar the Collector. That's why I like Borderlands, and that's kind of why I like this game, because it feels like, well, specifically Borderlands, like, they literally want you to feel like you're almost breaking the game, but it's all intended. Like I said, there was a weapon in Borderlands 3 where you'd shoot the gun, and if you crit with it, the weapon shot would ricochet to anybody out in the area. And that weapon would literally clear rooms on the hardest difficulty. It was awesome. Like, you had to build correctly for it to do that, but it was awesome. Once you were able to do it. Like, in my opinion, that's what these games should be about. I want to feel super fucking powerful by the end of this, like, because I built properly. That's my reward for building properly. Like, respecking and doing it all and finding the right weapons with the right stats. But I appreciate when they're like, okay, how do we casualize this in terms of, like, you don't want to sit and fight the same boss for 5 hours. That was kind of what Borderlands 3 was like, where you had to sit and fight the same boss to get the item you wanted, or the weapon with the... And not just the right weapon, but the weapon with the right stats on it. Like, that got really frustrating and boring for me. So I appreciate it when they're like, okay, we're going to let you re-roll your stats, or we're going to let you... you know, stuff like that. Or if you like the way a weapon looks, like... Here, just go fucking make it look the way you want it to. Shit. Ooh, wow, that was fucking tough. See, I fucking love it when it's like that. The game actually fucking challenges me. I'm like, oh, you think you're having fun, man? How about no? How about no? How about you take a fucking seat, dude? Where the hell is this guy? Oh, there he is. Cool. He came to me. Sweet. Okay. So now I can go back to here. I think that's all the side quests I needed to do. It's done. Okay. It reminds me of tabletop games, tabletop campaigns. Just how much the developers cared about how boring grinding can be. They're like, do not worry. Here's the shit that'll fuck up those shields. I got you. The one ricochet to clear them all. That's like, that was so fun on Borderlands. I used to play. Well, what's nice about the PC Borderlands is you could just download a save
Well,
of someone's like class,
I cannot do that here.
so that was nice. Who the fuck did I talk to? Oh. Cool. That's done.
Splintered and broken.
Don't care. It's done. Cool. I talked about that earlier. My friend took me on a Vault Hunter Plus run to all the bosses. 100% chance of dropping. Optimal rolls. And we did all the bosses until I had a full set of Vault Hunter Plus weapons. From every boss in the game. Super fun. Love that game. Yeah, I love that game too, man. I'm glad you like Borderlands. It's a good game. Josh, are you still alive? Did you pass out? I'm probably gonna get off soon. It's almost 3 a.m. So you gonna get off? Okay. Good night, Josh. Thanks for hanging out, man. See you next time. Josh says good night, everybody, and he gives you all a big kiss. So yeah, Borderlands is super fun. Love Borderlands. One of my favorite games. Didn't like it growing up, but then I came to like it. I think the graphics were what really turned me off about that game growing up. But then Borderlands 3 did a good job making that game just look really good. Like, or at least superior to the previous games. Yeah, no problem, Abby. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks for keeping the chat filled. You know what? Don't let anyone tell you you chat too much. You kept the chat filled. That's what we need. That's what I need. Someone to just fill the chat with tons of stuff. Well, thanks. I invite you to fill up my chat anytime, Abby. I love you. I love you too. Do I need to do stuff? You know what? I'll do a few things really quick before I get off. I need to sort this shit out. And then I'll get off. 277, 239, 234. Put that up there. Here real quick. Oh my god. Okay, have fun with that, Abby. I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging. And thank you. I will have a good night. I will have a great night's sleep. And that's that. Oh my god. No. Alright, gang. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Thanks again, Abby. You're the best. That's it for me. Bye.